The 100th episode is finally here.
Growing up on the water with fishing in their blood, Matt Arey and Bryan Thrift have spent the last 10 years competing against the biggest names in professional bass fishing. Their success has landed them ranked among the top anglers in the world. If you're looking to become a better angler, then this show has all the answers. Join us and follow along to get actionable tips, tactics, and tried and true techniques directly from the pros. Welcome to Let's Talk Fish.
Here we go.
We're live.
We're live. And we've said that a lot more than 100 times.
We have said that a lot more.
I think it's the 100th. It's somewhere around there.
No, I'm saying we've said we're live more than 100 times.
Probably, yes.
Yeah.
The 100th episode. It's hard to believe it's already been 100.
I'm going to tell you what.
That's a lot.
And we owe it to y'all, actually, first and foremost, because this is something that we talked about in episode 1, how Jeff was definitely the brainchild of this whole deal. LTF has been going on now for over 2 years.
Over 2 years.
Over 2 years, and this is our official 100th episode.
That's pretty good. You know,
we've been doing it
3 years.
3 years.
3 years.
August 17th, 2017.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Well, time flies.
It's been 3 years.
So it's on.
Or no,
so it is 3 years.
The 22nd. Yeah. August 22nd, 2017. 3 years.
Wow.
That's
so we're
good.
averaging 33 shows a year. That's pretty.
That's not
pretty
bad.
stout.
That's not bad.
That's pretty stout, especially with our schedules.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say with our schedules. Before we get any farther, I think Jeff's got a little teaser video.
Well, now we were going to wait till we get some more people on.
Oh, we're going to wait for that?
I mean, we just
Well,
wanna
you had
make
a
sure-
special giveaway, didn't you? You want to announce your special giveaway from you partnered. Didn't you partner with Demiki on that?
I don't have a special giveaway.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we collectively have
Somebody
a special
said something
giveaway.
about everybody gets 1 4-inch stinger. I don't know.
I think I seen a comment about that.
Everybody on the show gets 1 4-inch sticker.
If Jeff will pay shipping, I will provide everybody with 1 4-inch Demiki stinger, color of your choice. So
Jen Nolan,
y'all get on Jeff about that.
Jen Nolan said that sun drop though. Show them the T-shirt. So wait a minute before you do that, Jeff. So it's my fault. You just now got that T-shirt. So
All
what
right.
happened was somebody sent it to the show, and you wait. What?
What are you talking about? I don't know anything about what you're saying.
I'm in
That
the dark
sun
on
drop
this.
T-shirt.
Matt brought me a
It's been
shirt,
in
and
my
then
shop.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been in my shop for like 6 months. Somebody
Sweet.
sent it to the show. I hope they're watching, and y'all can claim responsibility for this because they sent this T-shirt specifically for Thrift, and it's perfect. So,
But see, this is nothing new because they keep me in the dark on a lot of things to do with the show.
You have
So
no
this
idea.
is the first
wait,
I've heard of.
Just wait
of
about
this
15
T-shirt.
minutes.
I don't doubt that.
show
I
them
don't
your
doubt
T-shirt.
that. So Matt brung me this.
Brought me.
He brung it.
Brung it.
he
Brung it this 6-month-old shirt that's been in his shop, and
Still
it's
brand
pretty
new
sweet.
and never been worn.
It's pretty sweet.
We
Got
were saving
some
it for the
dog hair
100th
on it.
episode.
Kind of
It ain't got dog
smells
hair
like
on it.
smelly jelly. I think, but
Bit in my boat.
it's pretty nice. So whoever sent it, thank you very much. Evidently, Matt's had it for a long time, but I have it now. That's all that matters.
It's
Right when we got it, you said we trying to figure out the best time to give it to you, and we said, you know what? It'd be awesome to give it to him on our 100th
That's
episode.
why it's been sitting in the shop, and plus it's too small for me. I can't wear a medium.
That's an extra medium, not a schmedium.
That's an extra medium.
Extra
A
medium.
medium plus, like
Yes.
a rod. That's what there should be T-shirts like medium plus, medium heavy.
Yeah,
Medium.
medium heavy,
Yeah.
like fishing rod.
Absolutely. All right, so guys, gals, thanks for tuning in. We want to do a little open mic session, Q&A. Anybody that wants to talk about some of the past episodes, we'd love to hear it. Jeff has actually pulled together a little video for y'all.
A collage.
And it's
So,
not...
let me tell you how that story went down.
Okay.
I get a call last week. Hey, it'd be cool if you could throw together a few clips from some episodes. Well, I'm not a mathematician, but 99 times an hour is 99 hours.
That's a lot of hours.
That's a lot of watch time.
Well, if you paid attention, you'd know where all those little
I don't know
cool
what I
little
did.
moments
I don't
were.
know what I did yesterday.
Well,
so,
you successfully grabbed some clips
Well,
that
if
I
he
wish
gave
weren't
you
never
a
made
week-
it on that video.
but after about 16 hours of watching, that's all I could find.
Yeah.
We got some pretty good ones.
We got some clips coming up. We'll wait till the show loads up. We got about 150 viewers. I do want to talk about something real quick. We have a trivia giveaway tonight, and this is so we had a special guest lined up. It fell through. Forgive us, but we're going to make up for it right here. We have the biggest
this
giveaway
is pretty sweet.
by far that we've ever done on Let's Talk Fish. What we put together is, I know we get a bunch of comments all the time about, guys, when are you going to do another LTF challenge? When are you going to do an LTF challenge? And we've had a bunch of comments over the past couple of years on when can, some of the fans possibly win a trip fishing with y'all. So Pulse Fish Lures, sorry, I always say that backwards. Apologies, Todd. Lunker Text has come together. We've got a gift package set up, and let me tell you what it is. And the reason I'm telling everybody, because there's going to be people watching on other Facebook pages. Like, are we cross-posting tonight?
Yes, we should be.
Okay, so cross-posting on other pages. If you're not on the Let's Talk Fish Facebook page, on that feed where there's 150-plus viewers right now commenting, you will not be eligible for this giveaway because we can't see your answer. So this trip is going to be $300 in expense money to the winner. The winner is allowed to bring one guest. $300 in expense money sponsored by Fish Pulse Lures, Pulse Fish Lures. Y'all know what I'm saying. And Lunker Tex is providing $500 in tackle to the winners, okay? Brian and I, they will come. One will fish with me, one will fish with Brian. And we will have an LTF challenge. Now, it's going to be based on our schedule. We got to put this together. But the winner and a guest of their choice will come fish with us for a 6 to 8 hour tournament. We'll Facebook Live the weigh-in like we normally do. It will be an LTF challenge. They will get a rod and reel package from my rod and reel sponsors at Lou's. They'll get a rod and reel package from Brian
for me
with Fitzgerald and Abu Garcia.
Yep.
And they're going to get over $500 in tackle, along with some tackle from Pulse Fish Lures and $300 in expense money. Guys, this package is worth well over $2,000. It's going to be a lot of fun. Regular deal. At the end of the show, we'll have a trivia question. First person that comes, we don't want anybody getting in a fight about this. First answer that comes across our feed correctly is the winner. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay. So,
and everybody wants to go fishing with me and beat Matt, correct?
Everybody
wants in on that.
Todd is watching. He caught me. He said, "Smack Matt in the head."
I'll make a deal with you, Todd. Every time he says
Pulse Fish Lures,
every time he says fish pulse, I'll smack him in the back of the head.
Okay.
And what I'll try to get worked out as well is I've got some really good friends that are really, really good at video. So I can try to get them lined up depending on scheduling so we can
shoot some footage on the water too.
From both sides. So we can
that'd be good.
build a really sweet YouTube video. So
worst case scenario, we could do live clips.
We can do live clips.
We could go live.
It'll be fun. Like, it will be a tournament format just because it is the Let's Talk Fish challenging, but it'll be a learning experience. It'll be fun. A lot of cutting up, and it'll be all around.
Complete with trophy, by the way.
We're gonna have a trophy
champion
too.
Trophy.
We're gonna have a trophy too.
I'm gonna go ahead and set this rule because I see Thunderfoot down there, a buddy of ours, Bruce Camp, commenting. He said he's so thrilled to be the winner of this. If you have fished with Brian or myself in the past, you are not eligible to win this giveaway. Period.
Ooh, that's a good rule.
I mean, why not, right?
I like that
If
rule.
you've ever been on this show, you can't win either.
Well, that's obvious. Yeah, of course. We're not letting other pros or anybody like that be eligible for this giveaway.
You'd be surprised. Look who will be answering.
True story. All right, so we're pushing 200 viewers, guys. We appreciate it. Again, we appreciate the support, and we'll wait just a few more minutes, and we'll let
nobody's going to share the show tonight.
Nobody's going to share the show.
So let's just talk about what we got coming up.
Yeah,
I know you've got a very, very busy schedule from now till the end of October, 1st of November.
I leave Saturday the 26th, and I won't be back till roughly October 17th or 18th. We have Gunnersville Elite with Santee Elite next, and then over to Chickamauga. Then we come home for 2 weeks.
That's some funny logistics. I'm thinking about the logistics. Like,
it's like a triangle.
Y'all.
Yeah. So actually, what I'm banking on is if I suck in one of those, I can slide home and see the girls for a day. So it's kind of bittersweet.
Good.
I don't plan on sucking by no means.
No, try not to suck.
But here's the thing: like, you go from Alabama to
South
Santee,
Carolina,
back to Chickamauga.
back
So
to
my
Alabama.
house, we're
Pretty
kind
soon. Yeah,
of right in
you're
between
good.
all that.
You're
So
good. Then you wrap up with what, Fork in November.
we come home for 2 weeks, and then we leave, unfortunately, on Halloween Day, which is rare, for practice starting at Lake Fork the following day. And then after Fork, we will be done. I'm seeing all kinds of deer hunting comments, and I don't even really want to just talk about deer.
Matt's got a lot of deer that I'm gonna need to kill for him while he's gone. So
for once in my life, I don't want to talk about deer hunting right now. But guys, we can't thank y'all enough for all the support over the past couple of years. I'll throw a stat out that we were actually going to use for a trivia question, but we're not, so it's not the answer that I'm going to give it away like I normally do.
yeah, he's not gonna give away.
It's just a
the
matter of
answer
time. So just listen
just a matter of
closely.
time.
It's close.
And Jeff just was looking at our analytics of the show, and I don't know what podcast downloads and things like that of how many people we've had to listen to the show on podcasts. I mean, it's in the hundreds of thousands, but as far as downloads, but as far as minutes viewed on our YouTube platform, which doesn't include but maybe 50 or 60 shows.
They're not all on YouTube. All
Yeah,
on
they're
Facebook,
They're not all there, but they're all archived on Facebook also. And we just about to hit 4 million minutes viewed.
That's pretty
and
good.
3.9 million minutes viewed of this show. Hundreds of thousands of podcast downloads. Guys, we can't thank you, and gals, we can't thank you enough for that, really.
Yeah.
But guys, I see some comments that they're trying to already pick the person they want to fish with, and not me. I mean, I'm hurt, y'all. Camp said he wanted to fish with Jeff Walsh anyway. So
You never know.
I tell you what,
We
Camp,
might slide in.
if you might slide in, yeah.
Y'all bring the
what
Boston
boat are y'all
Whaler out
using?
there. You
Camp
gotta have
doesn't
the
it?
Boston Whaler.
I'm getting ready to win one on Norman.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So before I donate it, I'll use it.
So I've talked about my schedule coming up, but y'all talk about the big tournament coming up. Walsh's big event. here.
Walsh's debut as a professional bass fisherman.
Wait a minute.
Isn't this
He's
is
going
gonna
to be a co-angler, a co-pro.
Well, it's still a
A
national
co-pro?
tournament. So
You never heard that term?
yeah. All
Sorry.
right. So anyway,
We're getting
Walsh's
ready-
debut into the fishing tournament scene is going to be in 2 weeks, the first week of October at Lake Norman for the Toyota Series event. And he's going to practice with me a couple days, so I'm going to get him trained up. And I'm hoping it's going to be pretty good. Are you ready, Jeff?
Absolutely.
Okay, he's already ready.
I'll be pulling for you.
We're going to start
Right
practice.
now, this is my last event for the year,
Next
unless
Monday.
I fish another Toyota.
I got a little
event
golf
soon.
trip coming up, so after that we'll start practicing.
What?
Okay.
Are you going to do practice 12 days in a row?
Next Monday is the week before.
Yeah.
Next Monday.
Wait, no.
When's practice?
Yeah, the
start?
tournament's actually next week.
Yeah.
Tournament starts next
You got a
week.
golf trip scheduled on top of your pro debut?
It's the weekend before, bro.
Oh, okay.
Plenty
Yeah,
of time.
the tournament
Are you
starts
going to
on
get
the
out on
first.
the water with Drift, any?
He's going to go with me Monday and Tuesday, possibly.
Okay.
For sure one day.
Okay. Good.
So
Um,
I'll have him dialed.
now look, I made y'all feel bad. I got 2 or 3 comments said I want to fish with Matt. I'll fish with Matt. I'm getting pity votes now.
No.
I'm getting pity votes.
No.
Andrew Alexander, my buddy Andrew, he said, let me get in the boat with Matt because he wants some moss secrets. I can promise you Brian knows his fair share of moss secrets. And really, moss is so
I
small,
think
it
we both know the same things.
doesn't even have secrets
Yeah,
anymore.
no. And pretty much every secret on Moss, Matt and myself found, I think.
More, no, I can vouch for that 100%. All right, so Tyler wants to know how I feel about Gunnersville next week. Man,
I think he's going to do good.
I think it's going to be really interesting. The weights down there lately have been absolutely horrendous for Gunnersville standards. But I like tournaments like that. I know Thrift is a fan of tougher events.
I like fall tournaments because
The versatility.
and not just
The
the
options.
versatility, the options, and there's not as much info out there on these lakes. Like every major trail has been to Gunnersville a million times between March and June.
No doubt.
March and June. That's all the tournament info, tournament results, everything you can find on a lake like Gunnersville or Chick or Santee. All the info's between March and June. So it's kind of like it's an unknown, because I feel like there's more secrets to be unlocked. And that's what I like about fall fishing, is because you can do something that's not been done before. I mean, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
And they're hard to research.
Right.
You know, because tour level events. When's the last time there was a fall? I mean, Bassmaster used to do it like 20 years ago or something.
Yeah.
Or
It's
25
been
years
forever.
ago. But I'm like you because it's going to bring such an interesting dynamic to professional fishing as we know it, as you and I know it especially.
Right.
Because from the time you and I started fishing professionally, there were no fall events. You'd have 1 or 2 in September,
Yeah.
but not October, November when it actually starts to cool off.
Right.
And it's going to be I think it's going to surprise a lot of people. I think from a fan perspective, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
You're going to see guys really struggle, and then you're going to see guys figure just something, just tiny detail that they figure out and they run away with it.
And I think it's going to be one of those events because especially on all 3 lakes, they're all like huge fish lakes. So you know the capabilities are there to catch giant stringers. And I think you're going to have a lot of the field kind of lumped together in similar weight ranges, and you're going to have 1 or 2 people at each event blow the doors off of it that unlock one little secret, one little fall secret that maybe nobody's tried before or people used to do 20 years ago that kind of fell by the wayside, something like that. It's going to be fun to watch.
You know, you talked about people not wanting to share the show, but after we announced that giveaway, if it was me, I'm just telling you what I would do. I would be calling all my buddies that have never watched a show and get them on this show, and that way if one of you win, you can take the other one with you. Now, you better be careful about make sure they're your buddies before you actually share it with them. Because
you're going to have to get in cahoots with somebody.
I can see how this is going to go down. I'd call Brian and be like, Brian, get on the show and submit your answer, and you can take me if you win, and then he takes somebody else. So he'd probably call Walsh or somebody. Good question from Stephen Vaughn. What total weight in big fish do you think will win the Toyota Series on Lake Norman? So total weight, 3 days, right?
3 days.
Total weight. Brian has won a 3-day event down there this time of year.
It was in September, but close enough.
Yeah, and actually this is going to be probably a lot different because it's getting cooler a lot
faster.
faster.
It's getting cooler. When I won, it was still hot, and I was hoping that's what we were going to have, still having those 80, 90-degree days with a lot of sunshine.
We're going to let you pick the 3-day total. No, hold on a second. Make this a little more fun.
Huh?
Walsh.
Yes. Yes.
Give me a 3-day total winning weight at Lake Norman for the Toyota Series that you'll be making your professional debut in
Which
in
side?
a couple of weeks.
Pro
Pro side.
Co-pro?
Both. Give us one for
Give
both.
us one for. Wait a minute. Is the co-angler 3 fish or 5 fish in this deal?
It's 5 fish.
Okay, so give us one for both. Give us the co first. 3 days,
I
15
think
fish.
if a co-pro will bring in like
And that's going to be on your jersey, by the way.
negative, I think if you bring in
Co-pro raping nature.
12 pounds a day,
Okay. As a co?
yeah, I think you'd be doing good.
I think you
Yeah,
would.
you
I
think?
agree. You'd win with that.
Yeah, you'd win with that. Okay. All
And
right.
then pro side just going to be a little over 45.
Okay, I disagree with that. But that will win. If somebody catches
Okay.
that will win.
I'm going to give Walsh
I'm
some
giving him the
credit.
benefit of the doubt.
The two weights that he picked, 36 for the co and 45 for the pro, will 110%
Win.
win.
Exactly.
Now,
That's
can
all
I
you
bet
asked.
you? Can I bet you $1,000 that you're over on both?
Oh, I know I am.
Okay.
Gotta
Thrift,
be
But
conservative.
I'll bet you.
Thrift, give us a co and a pro.
Co-angler.
pro and pro.
We'll go co-angler first. I'm going to say co-angler side, 8.5 pounds a day.
Oh, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, Jeff's done locked that up. He's got that.
That's it.
so
That's it.
everybody
I got
else
that.
fishing
Kidding.
co-angler
It's a
side
bag.
of the Toyota
It's a
Series
joke.
at Norman, just know Jeff's already won it. So
I'll be happy with a fish in the boat.
So you're looking
Like
at
Scott Field just said, he's
I'm
going to fish for Mr.
25
Wilson.
to 26 pounds.
yeah, I'm going 8 to 8.5 pounds a day for the
Okay.
co-angler, and I'm going to say 12.5 to 13.5 on the boater side. Depends on how many boats are in it. If there's more than 100 boats, 12.5 will win, or if there's less than 100 boats, it'd take 13.
Okay. All right. And I like your theory on that because you know how much pressure that lake can withstand.
Yeah.
Even though it's big and it fishes big, there's only certain sections
give-
that you can win at certain times.
And they get funky after a couple of days.
They get funky. I told a good friend of mine went and fished at BFL not long ago, and won't call him out on the show. I mean, it doesn't matter. He was catching them in practice, and we were talking because I said, dude, it's Saturday on
Yeah.
Norman.
Yep.
I said, I don't care what practice looks like. I
Yep.
said, Saturday on Norman, you need to expect
If
it
he
to be
went on the
tough.
Tuesday before the BFL, it was nasty.
It was either Monday or Tuesday.
They was chewing.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God, they was chewing.
But it was yes. So he had really good practice, and he had a good game plan, and he was doing the right thing to win, in my opinion. But at the same time, he just didn't caught that 8.5 Norman pound bag and the that typical Norman 8 or 9 pound, and that's another tournament where the weights are going to be so stacked up between 8 to 10 pounds, and not going to be funny. And then you get 12, and you're like, way up there.
That's my plan. And it's only 3 fish on the CoPro side, Alexander.
Is it really?
Are you sure for the Toyota series?
That's what Andrew Alexander said. I don't know if that's right or not.
I don't know. Usually,
no, he put a question mark.
Mark McWall's usually watching. If he comes on,
I thought
somebody
he made a
asked
statement.
him.
My bad. It probably is 5 then.
I'm pretty sure it's 5. It's always been 5.
Brian Clary asked, "Can you tell us why Tackle Warehouse is out of everything?" Well, a lot of people are out of a lot of things, and that's. I mean, I think the COVID deal, inventory finally, and we knew it was coming. It was finally going to start running low eventually because they couldn't. A lot of the plants, a lot of the manufacturing facilities shut down for a while. Some of the shipping facilities, some of the warehouses, all that stuff shut down for a while. So what happened was it backed everything up, but you didn't see the effects of it until 6 months later, basically.
Yeah.
And people finally sold out of everything they had in, and they couldn't keep up with the demand. The demand's been insane, by the way. If anybody hadn't noticed, everybody's noticed it that watches this show that fishes, but the ramps have been slammed everywhere you go for the past.
And I think that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Like just to see everybody getting out there fishing. That's the thing to do.
All right, so we got a couple hundred viewers, guys. If you're
everybody's
on Facebook,
saying it's 5 for co-anglers, Jim.
Yeah. So
cool. We're good with 12 then.
The Bass Opens are 3, and that's where people get confused for co-anglers. And the Toyota Series is 5 for co-anglers. So that's where the confusion kind of takes place sometimes. All right, y'all. Jeff put together a little video. Again, if you're watching on one of the other pages other than the Let's Talk Fish Facebook page, you'll see this. And I think what happened, I didn't really want him to play the video, but I think
he's got to.
I think what happened is when I asked Jeff this simple request of putting together something to show some funny moments
for future
from
reference. When you ask somebody to watch 99 hours of video,
I didn't ask you to do that.
This is what happens.
I didn't ask you to do that.
Hey, we're getting some comments about some sound issues.
What's wrong with the sound?
I don't know. We got 3.
It said volume is fading.
Yeah, we're getting a bunch of sound
I hope
issues.
it's not because my cable's pulled so tight.
What did you push a button, Jeff?
I don't think so.
All right. I'm checking the mic, and I can see the mic, and I can see it bouncing on the sound thing. Y'all,
the battery might be dying in our little rig here.
Oh, it says Matt's mic is off.
Huh?
Sound sucks, Jeff. We're working through it.
All right, we definitely got to get this fixed before we play this video.
That'll play because that's on the file.
Can't hear good. Losing sound. Moving the mic closer.
We're just talking. Like we're moving our mouse, but we're not really talking just to mess with y'all.
Like them old Chinese karate movies.
Yeah.
Okay, they're going. It said up and down, so it keeps getting lower and lower.
What'd you do, Jeff?
Battery might be dying right here.
On what?
This little thing.
Give us a minute, guys.
So what does that mean?
Sound's back now. We got one of those.
Brenda said the sound's fine on Facebook, but everybody else is. I mean, we're getting plenty of comments where they can barely hear us. What kind of battery does that thing take?
Jeff's working on this, guys.
Y'all do know I'm listening to it, right?
Yeah.
Just hang on. Just hold on.
He's working on.
Oh, I'm getting comments that's better. Better.
You can't have 100th episode without at least one little hiccup, surely.
True.
We usually have at least 1 to 2 every show.
Not every show.
Yeah, it's lots of shows.
No, Jeff's been all right. I'm getting everything
my
good now.
battery's done, so I just cut it off. So now it sounds better. I'm not sure why you even need it.
What is that?
It's called a pre-rig. It just boosts your signal a little bit, but apparently we don't need it.
A pre-rig? That's what I do before a tournament. A pre-rig.
So are we good now?
Everybody's saying we're good.
All right,
and,
we're good.
Yeah, when they can't hear me, we definitely got a sound issue.
Yeah.
I'm pretty loud.
You are loud.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, now that we're back, guys, don't forget, and gals, if you're on another page, get over this page. The giveaway we announced earlier, if you missed it, it's valued at over $2,000. We're doing that because it's the 100th episode, and we love y'all, period. And this is a fishing trip with Brian and myself. One will fish with Brian, one will fish with me, and over, $300 in expense money, over $600 in tackle, sponsored by Pulse Fish Lures. I said it right. Don't smack me in the back of the head, Brian. And Lunker Text, along with a brand new rod and reel from Thrift sponsor, along with a brand new rod and reel from my sponsors. And it's going to be fun. I can promise.
What if we mix it up? Like, instead of doing a full day with each of us, what if we do, say, a 6-hour tournament and we split it up 3 hours?
3 and 3 hours? Well, how do you determine a winner that way?
You weigh in 5 every 3 hours.
Oh, you mean having
two
2 mini tournaments, 3 hours, and then rotate partners?
Yeah.
You are good for something. You know that.
So 2 mini tournaments.
2 mini tournaments to equal 1 huge tournament.
We'll figure out the logistics of that later. But yeah, that I like that.
Get some time with both of you. That's pretty good.
Hey, you and I have already signed the show, haven't we? I mean, signed the wall.
No, I don't think I've been allowed to yet.
Joe Johnson says batteries can only do 99 episodes. That's correct.
I've never seen whatever that is. First of all, I didn't even know what it was, and then I obviously didn't know it even had a battery in it. And Jeff just flipped the switch and turned it off, and the sound came back.
That's good.
Perfect. I like it. All right, so Jeff has put together a little clip, and this is just life experiences with the LTF crew over the past couple years.
3 years of LTF gold.
Some funny things, some good things that we've been able to do. Yeah.
But it's all been fun.
I hear you, Clarence. You said half a day with Matt might be enough.
Exactly.
If you win, you're
going
to be with me all day.
Can we have
We're
an
not
automatic winner?
Can we have an automatic winner? All right, so Jeff's going to run this clip. I hope y'all enjoy it. He claims he watched 99 hours of it, or 30-something hours, something crazy. I don't even
15.
know. And then I found
like
out
15
that
minutes.
all this stuff was pulled off Facebook and our feed, and it's not necessarily from shows, but it's anyway. Y'all enjoy.
You got windshield wipers, dude? You make those? Just so you know, we're not allowed.
You're messed up, dude. Get in the truck jamming Backstreet Boys and you throw one on me like sharper and easier. It's like if one of my legs was...
Go walk in a circle?
No, what? Yeah, if it walks in a circle, that means it turns easier.
How
so it
can it
walks
go
easier.
in a circle? It can't. It's got to go side to side. Circle, side to side.
Y'all decide.
Y'all decide.
Look what's coming in here. Look what's coming in here. Jeff, you got to see this. This just completely throttled me. Y'all will see. This just blew my mind. You might have to back that camera up a little bit now. Say, hey, Mrs. Thrift.
Come in. You got to come in to make it up.
Thank you.
Cooper.
So my wonderful wife, Miss Allie, and Cooper has brung the cup for everybody's viewing pleasure. There it is. I want to start my rod low. You don't need to come way back here because that's just wasted effort. The whole thing about skipping is being quick. When you make the cast and you snap your wrist and roll it under, you want to be quick with that. So when I start, I just right like that. And we did backlash because of Jeff's grass.
Did you get this?
Don't do that.
Did you get this? Yeah, I got it. Right. Make sure you saw this.
I'm good. I hit an oak tree, a backlash.
Keep the bag. That is $5,874 from today. Wow. So, and there's a couple checks in there that are made out to the Ledford family. A couple people wrote checks that didn't even fish the tournament but wanted to contribute. So, but if you have any issues with those, call Jeff Walsh. He'll make them good.
We'll make them good.
Well, thank y'all.
Absolutely.
You are very welcome. We appreciate everything Arnold did for us.
To keep
I don't think
fishing
there's
for you.
anybody out here that don't have some Ledford baits in their boat. They
Yeah.
for everything.
That's the truth. I got one move for you. Ready?
She was there when you did it.
All right, so that's what I came up with.
That's gold. That's awesome.
So what did y'all think? Let us know in the comment. What'd you think, Matt? Tell us your.
I think everybody's jealous because they can't dance and sing like me is what I think.
I agree, 100%.
I
100%
think if you don't want to go
dance as
fishing
well.
with me instead of Brian, knowing that you'll have 3 times the fun and 3 times the energy in the boat, then you're crazy. You might catch more fish with that guy, but I promise you we'll have a good time. Okay.
That was awesome.
But see, that's what happens. Back to what I was saying. A week and a half ago, it was more like 2 weeks ago, I talked to Jeff. I said, hey, man, I got a good idea. I said, you should pull out some of the best clips from the shows over the past 2 or 3 years, and we put together a little video for everybody. And obviously, Brian and I aren't intelligent enough to do that, so it was left on Jeff's shoulders, bless him, to do that for us.
He did an excellent job.
And
You're welcome.
and apparently I pissed him off unknowingly, and he decided to pull out some clips that were not necessarily show clips. And I noticed one when I was cooking on the green egg back there was the dove hunt. When Brian and we were all over at the house and we were cooking out. And then another one, we were driving back from somewhere, and I know what you did. You went live on our Facebook page while I was over there jamming to some Backstreet Boys. And anybody that says they didn't like the Backstreet,
We were coming back from the shop picking your boat up.
Yeah. Now, I listen to all kinds of music, mostly country rock and things like that.
So you do like the Backstreet Boys?
I didn't say I liked them. I just said I knew that song.
I heard him say.
So
I don't sing anything I don't like.
I like Tim Kelly. If you fish with me, I am blaring Backstreet Boys all day long.
He knows the words to all the songs.
No,
That's obvious.
I don't know the words to all the songs. All right. Thanks, Bruce. Said I can't fish or dance. All right, we'll jump back into some questions. And worse than Carol Baskins? You kidding me? I haven't watched
none of that.
I haven't watched any of the new Dancing with the Stars, but I did hear that she was actually on Dancing with the Stars, and whew, I could not imagine.
I think what was her first dance, like Eye of the Tiger or something?
No.
I don't know if that's her first one, but she's dancing the Eye of the Tiger.
I thought that was a joke.
I did
think she
too.
really
That's
does.
awesome.
She really did it. All right. Well, see, some people like the spin move. Said Matt's on it. Brenda said, Lord, he's got moves. See? Look.
There you go.
I mean, it was a tribute to Michael Jackson. What can I say?
Yep.
Greatest hip-hop dancer of all time. All right, that's funny, Daniel. He said the "I Want It That Way" clip reminded me of one of the 18 trivia contests he's won and not getting credit for. Keep making excuses for Brian's backlash. See, that's the first comment
I'm not
about
hey,
Brian's backlash.
I'll own up to it. I mean, you're doing a demonstration on how to skip a jig, and you backlash. That's
Well, you were in a yard
kinda-
and hit a tree.
kind of kills your credibility a little bit. But I used to could skip a jig. We'll just say that.
Nate Nay wants to hear the origins of LTF. I think that's a great story. Jeff doesn't get to talk enough on the show.
That's a good story.
And Jeff deserves all the credit, hands down. And I think we might have talked about this like on the first or second episode. But you want to tell him?
Probably the first episode.
You want to tell
I
him?
would imagine it was the first episode.
Tell him how it kind of came about. I mean, it was 100% Jeff's idea, and we barely knew each other at the time.
I don't even know how I thought of it, but I just thought it'd be a good idea to
'Cause you're a
start putting out
genius.
some. I mean, everybody puts out content. It's like the way of the world now. So I
Right.
figured it'd be a good idea. We're all somewhat in fishing. Me more on the saltwater side from a tour owner, not necessarily an angler.
Anybody that doesn't know, Jeff owns the Southern Redfish Cup, which is a redfish tournament series down here on the East Coast. Just so they know, I wanted to throw that in there.
Yeah, so obviously we live 5 minutes apart from each other, so I figured it'd be a good idea if we got together and did a little something. So
And it's been fun.
It's been a
I
blast.
didn't know thrift
I'll
at
tell
all.
you. I'll tell you how I heard about it over a delicious bowl of cheese dip at a Mexican restaurant.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, I heard about it. But just before that, because Jeff asked, he didn't know you, and we had recently met, and he said, we went to Shelby Cafe, and mine was over a delicious plate of fried liver mush.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, we had breakfast, pitched the idea, and
Had
think
lunch
he
and
shot-
pitched it to me.
it's like I'll ask Thrift. I don't know. I'll get back to you in a week or so. And it was like an hour or something. He's like, "Yeah, Thrift will do it." I'm like, "All right."
Well, normally that's how long it takes Thrift to get back to me.
No
so
way.
that's why I said a week.
If I got stuff to do, it takes me a while.
But that's pretty much it. It's nothing earth shattering.
Well, and guys, again, Brant said he enjoyed the heck out of the shows. We
Thank you,
we
Brant.
can't thank y'all enough. That
You've man too.
I think what Jeff really thought is he's like, look at these two idiots who fish professionally and they have like zero content anywhere. He's like, I think I can do something with these idiots. That's what you're thinking.
Actually, what it was, I just didn't want to say that myself.
Well, little did you know that we truly are idiots when it comes to computer stuff, and you have to do all the work.
Yes.
And poor Jeff. Jeff deserves more credit really than Brian and I do any
All
day of the
credit.
week. 100%. And he is the reason. this
All I
show
do is
exists.
sit here and answer questions when Matt throws one at me. So I've got the easy
You
job.
got better.
I've got the easy
You
job.
get a little bit more involved now. Little bit. True, if you're not backlashing, you're not fishing hard enough. So, All right, we showed our little clip. Jeff, thanks for putting that together, even though you roasted me pretty bad. we want to open it up to show questions, open mic night somewhat, and we do this every once in a while. We just do Q&A, and I don't even care. Like, y'all can ask deer hunting questions, and I'll answer them. By gosh, I'm not. They say I'm not allowed to, but I'm gonna answer them if you throw something at me.
Here's a question from Tim, kind of directed toward Jeff. All the pictures we post on the Let's Talk Fish page. Mm-hmm. Tim Kelly wants to know how he can upload a picture of his.
So
how does that work?
Cody handles that for us, and I think she posts on the page or something. I'll have to look. I don't handle that, but I think you can post it on one of the posts. It's if you want to be shared on our social, you can post it somewhere.
Well, I've seen a few people submit the pictures through our message board on Facebook. I don't know. Does he see those and post some of those too?
Cody is a girl.
I'm sorry. I apologize, Cody.
That'll be on the 200th episode.
But I think it's check on our page or our group and for a post that says you want to be shared on social media. I think she gathers them from there.
Jody, I know that's a lie. He said making jigs on Tuesday nights are more funner. Oh, that must have been a
First
tribute.
off, Jody ain't making no jigs.
That must have been a tribute to Thrift when he said more funner.
Jody ain't making jigs. James may be making jigs.
I'm just glad Thrift brought up. I'm just glad
I had
Thrift
to throw that one
cheese
at you,
dip.
Jody.
Yeah, Thrift. We started. We usually have a little snack, like pre-show snack, and Thrift's been bringing this.
Yeah.
This cheese, this sauce. What's it called?
El Acapulco dip.
Okay, it's like a cheese dip that you get at a Mexican restaurant.
But it's got hamburger.
Yeah.
It's got onions. It's got tomatoes.
Yeah, it's got the goods in it. And boy, it's the bomb.
It is good.
Predictions for the Bass Open this week from Andrew. Bass Open down at Lake Hartwell, for anybody that's not aware. I think
it starts tomorrow.
It starts tomorrow. So normally those Opens start on Thursdays. And the reason they did that, I just got back from the Toyota Owners Tournament down there, and I was talking to Neil Paul, who was down there. And he's back at Hartwell now, of course, getting ready for the Open. But there's a Clemson football game, like Saturday, and because of that one factor, they backed the Open up to Wednesday because there was going to be, like, no hotels available come Friday night. So everybody, the tournament will end.
Are they letting
Friday.
people come watch ball games?
Well, see, that's what I asked, and I don't think
15 or 20,000.
Yeah, it's like limited,
like
that. Okay.
But it doesn't matter because there's only a few select hotels that are relatively close to the stadium down there, and they're full.
True.
And you know I didn't even know this, and I don't know why I didn't know this, but a lot of the football, the professional, not professional, but the college football teams, even when they're playing a home game, they have them put up at a hotel close by. So they all stay together and eat together and all that stuff. I didn't even know that, but
I don't know.
I just learned that. So Tim Kelly got a deer hunting question. Thank you. Deer hunting.
See how excited he got?
Yeah,
He got genuinely excited.
Somebody says deer hunting, I get all giddy. Tim Kelly said deer hunting. Corn or white oaks? Which you sitting over? Both. It's like if you ask Thrift, is he going to throw a stinger or a? Well, what else do you throw?
This time of year, I'm going to throw a jig. I'm going to throw a buzz bait.
Oh, that's like asking Thrift to put one rod on his deck, okay?
Yeah, no, I'm going to have a D-pop on.
All
I'm
of
going
the
to
above.
have a Demickey Rambler on.
All of the above.
There's going to be 20 rods on the deck from now till 1st of December.
So, Tim, if it's legal, don't know where you're hunting, but I would put my corn in some white oaks right now that we're dropping, personally. But
Have you ever sat on a cornfield and put out white oaks?
No, that's way too much
acorns?
work. No.
Okay.
Just
No,
move.
I didn't know if it worked that way too.
Just move to the acorns off your cornfield. Go into the corn.
Okay.
You'll be there first.
Right.
So yeah, but it's funny because people, a lot of people in this state hunt over corn, and this is the time of year that things, when those acorns start hitting the ground, they're gonna kick me or tell me shut up here in a minute. But when those acorns start hitting the ground,
No,
boy,
you do what you need to do.
deer start acting completely different. They start scattering. They start getting on certain little patches of oaks here and there, and then they keep moving on you. But yeah, 100%. I'm hunting both. I'm putting my corn in the white oaks. So that's actually, I'm gonna get to go tomorrow afternoon. Thanks to my sweet little wife, I'm gonna be picking up the girls. I'm gonna get to go tomorrow afternoon and chase a couple that I got on camera. So that deer hunting's for those that can only catch fish 9 months out of the year. That's, you've got somewhat of a point, but that's yet to be determined because I never fished these the next 3 months out of the year. I'm not like Brian. Brian keeps fishing through the winter, which probably Wheeler used to always yell at me because he's like, well, Arey, if you'd fish a little bit more, maybe you'd be better, you know? And I'm like, yeah, but deer hunting's so much fun. Like, it's so much fun.
Sitting in a tree, playing on the phone.
That's right. Relaxing, man. That's when I feel closer to God than any other time in my life.
I'm good with that.
When I'm 20 foot up a tree, watching the sunrise, I'm telling you, there's nothing better.
See, I like box stands because every time I climb up a tree, I get poison ivy.
Well, don't climb a tree with the little hairy vines that run around it. Yeah,
I know what
try
it
to
looks
avoid
like.
those.
I know what it looks like.
Now, I'd tell you a funny story, but I won't get into more deer hunting. I'm just going to stop right now. Derek Westfall, who's always been a long-time viewer of the show. Derek, we appreciate you, man, as always. Best tips for fall fishing the fall transition on highland reservoirs. So give us a tip, Brian. I'll throw one in there, but
all right,
start with a tip for
let's
highland.
go. You've got two main patterns. I'm going to talk about one. You go back with the other one.
Okay.
So to me, the two main patterns are shallow versus deep. Which one would you prefer to talk about?
I'm gonna go with the third C, in between.
Okay, Matt's going in between, so I'll talk about deep and shallow. So my two main thought processes for fall transition are shallow and deep. And shallow, you're trolling motor on 100%, burning the bank, throwing top water, throwing a spinner bait, swimming a jig, just anything like that you can cover water with and try to just get as many bites as you can because there's not going to be a lot of bites to be had in either of the three places. So I feel like you're better off picking the one and just staying with it all day. So either go shallow, throw top water, swim jigs, things like that, or go out deep, concentrate on fish that may be schooling offshore, really deep, like out over 80 to 100 feet of water, or fish that are setting up in brush piles in 20 to 30 feet of water, something like that. Just kind of one extreme or the other, because what happens when the lakes, they start turning over, the water's essentially the same from top to bottom. So fish don't really...
You're not going to get into talking about stratification and stuff.
No, I've talked about that a bunch. So fish really are free to roam anywhere they want to go in the water column. The thermocline's broken up. There's really nothing prohibiting them from getting really deep or keeping them really shallow. The oxygen levels are pretty much the same throughout the water column. So you've got fish scattered a little bit everywhere. And that's the two main ways I would attack it, either shallow or deep.
Yeah, and I said in between because, when I think shallow in the fall transition period, I'm thinking shallow. And you probably are too, like 2 foot, 1 foot, 2 foot.
Yeah, like really shallow.
And then deep could be anywhere from 20 to 50 foot. I mean, and Brian's right. They tend to scatter out, and you could literally catch one anywhere. But one bite that I like to look for in the fall is it's just late summer, early fall. I like to run up the rivers and see what they have to offer. But what I found it works really well sometimes in that transition is fishing those channel swing banks. And the reason I said in between is because a lot of those channel swing banks, they've got deep water coming right off the bank, but they're not deep fishing like
right.
What Brian's talking about. It's relatively shallower, but it's up against the bank. And those transitions, I like hard cover that time of year. I think they get on rock really, really good in river systems. And a highland reservoir, just run up those rivers. A lot of those highland reservoirs have really good channel swing banks. And a lot of those channel swing banks have a combination of rock on them. So I like to pitch a jig to that stuff in the fall. And usually when you get a little cooler weather, you can run up those rivers. The other thing, the shallow bite that Brian was talking about, if you're up those rivers and they're not on those channel swing banks at that particular moment, then look for the flats and those big bends in the river. Get up on those flats, and then that's when that shallow bite that Brian's talking about can be dynamite. But I love to run up those rivers on highland reservoirs this time of year and look for shallow wood on the flats, and then look for those channel swing banks that might have a little rock transition or something like that on them. The shallow wood on the flats, I'd attack with a bunch of different baits. I mean,
you could really pick your poison on it.
You could square bill them, you could flip them, you could do all kinds of stuff.
So for the main thing to take away from our answers are, there's no wrong way to fish fall transition. Like I think there's a possibility to win doing pretty much anything if you find the right group of fish, because there will be fish literally doing everything.
Oh, we just completely we got a question earlier about what it was going to take to win the Bassmaster Open at Hartwell, and I started on it, and then all of a sudden I just abandoned it for some reason. I got sidetracked. Brian Collins said around 15-ish a day at most to win Hartwell. I'll agree with that. I think if somebody can come away that tournament with 45 pounds, they'll have a really good shot.
I don't have any experience at all at Hartwell in the fall. Like absolutely zero. I mean, I know it's a herring lake, and supposedly that herring bite turns on in the fall, but I've really never spent any time there. But I've had some friends that fished, BFL regionals and things there the past couple years, and it seems like the fishing's been pretty tough.
It has. I mean, they did have a BFL down there a couple weeks ago, and it was surprising because it was a 3-fish limit.
Yeah.
And that 3-fish limit, it took like 12 or 13 pounds or something.
Oh, that's pretty solid.
And then there were several over 10.
Yeah, that's solid.
I really think you're going to see somebody, since this is a 3-day event, I think you're going to see somebody ride it with a 1 day of a really big bag, like an 18 to 20-pound bag.
Yeah.
And I think what those fish are going to be, I think they're going to be herring fish. It could be a mix of largemouth and spots. I think somebody's going to catch a really big bag doing that. I think they're supposed to have some foul weather moving in too. Yeah. So things could get a little wild and crazy. The water's been up, and it's going to be an interesting tournament. There again, we talk about fall tournaments and how much fun they're going to be to watch. They're actually having live coverage of that event too on day 3. They've been doing the last few Bass Opens. They've been going live on day 3, and I think that if you're not doing anything Friday, or if you're bored in your office and you just want to quit working for a little bit, you can turn on Bass Live and watch some of that go down on Friday, because it's going to be an interesting tournament. It's going to be very interesting. But, I mean, I think 45 pounds would be – if you told me I could have 45 and take my chances, I'd take it every day of the week.
That'd be very solid.
I do think it'll be a little bit better than the Norman total weight will be, personally. Hartwell seems to have a lot more quality, 3+ pound fish in it than Norman does. Norman's got big ones, and it's got a lot of them, but it doesn't have the numbers of the 3 and 4 pounders that Hartwell does.
But I think it's got a lot more fish than Hartwell. Like
Probably.
If you go to Norman, you're gonna catch some fish.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think at Hartwell you're going to see a lot of 7 and 9 pound limits of spotted bass.
Yeah, just those small spotted bass.
They get out there schooling this time of year, and you get sidetracked as you go out there and you start catching them, and you get 4 or 5 places, and you get to rotating, and you go out there and you can catch 30 or 40 of them, and then you can have 7 pounds.
Right.
Doing that. So
that is true. Here's a good question from Thomas Roach. How do you know you found a group of fish without burning them by catching them?
You mean during the tournament or practice?
I'm going to say this is during practice. This is a practice question.
How do you know you found a group of fish without burning them?
Yeah, by catching. Without burning them by catching.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Usually the groups of fish that you're talking about are not in a foot of water. So most likely. I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible.
Yeah, I agree.
So electronics would be my number one factor in knowing exactly how many's there. And I mean, the electronics are so good now with side imaging and things like that. That's going to tell you how many fish are there, but you need to be able to figure out if you think the right kind of fish are there. Because these, like Norman, for instance, you can do certain things on Norman this time of year and go out there and catch and try to catch 50 spots, and you will, and you'll have 7 pounds or 8 pounds. But there's ways to kind of target better quality fish. And
and if you've found a true group of fish, it's not going to hurt to catch a few of them. Because if they stay there, you're still going to get bit in a tournament. The only way, I don't really think you can essentially burn them, because if you don't catch them, it's because they left or something like that. They're no longer using that area. But if there's enough fish if there's a big enough group of fish to do well in an event, it's not going to hurt to catch a couple of them in practice at all.
Jeremy Bolden asked, he said, if you could be on any lake tomorrow, we'll let y'all answer too. Give us y'all's answers. If you could be on any lake tomorrow, what lake would it be and why?
Any lake tomorrow. You go first. I got to think a minute.
20-foot white oak with a corn pile at 25 yards.
On Seminole, I think Seminole's got a white oak 20 foot high. You probably get in.
No, man, I kind of need a sec. I'm gonna be honest with you, and people laugh at me because it's not a big fish lake, but I like to catch fish. There's places you can go and try to catch your 8 or 9 or 10 pounder, your unicorn 12 or 13 pounder. But I want to go somewhere I can get my line stretched a bunch. And because if I get out of the deer stand this time of year, I just want to go catch a bunch. And it probably be Norman. I'd go up there and just catch me a whole bunch of spots and go home happy. And I wouldn't have 8 or 9 pounds, but I'd go home happy.
I'm going to say Clear Lake in California. It's like Norman, but they're 4 and 5 pounders.
Yeah.
So
I've heard stories about Clear Lake, and honestly, that's probably one of my bucket list lakes, along with used to be, the Bullard's Bar and some of the places where you could potentially catch a world-class spotted bass, like an 8 or 9 pounder.
Yeah.
But I think that's kind of played out. I think it's really hard to catch those great big ones
Oh,
anymore
I'd say so.
from some of the guys I've talked to. But yeah, I mean, that in all honesty, Norman would be fun. But I'd probably go somewhere I could.
I want to go to a
shot.
destination lake,
Yeah.
like one I don't get to fish a lot.
Somewhere out west, because our tours don't really go out west anymore, and I would want to go to a lake that's where is it? Like Lake Mead, somewhere that's really neat, pretty, a lot of fun, and you can catch multiple species, and you get to see some things that you just don't see everywhere else. So I'd say somewhere out west, and Clear Lake would be one too.
Yeah.
I always thought the Delta would be. I've never fished the Delta personally.
No, tidal waters. You
Well,
don't know that.
well, I forgot. But the Delta would be interesting just to ride around and see everything it has to offer. Because it's funny, because every time I watch the tournament there, like the one Lucas won, and some of the ones the other guys won, they're always in a completely different section, and it looks totally different than
Right.
other sections.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what's interesting about that place to me. It's almost like it's 25 different rivers in one. I almost said lakes, but then you'd yell at me because it's 100% tidal river. But yeah, so that would be pretty cool. Is new Bullard's Bar on fire literally right now? Daniel Emerson said that. Bullard's Bar is on fire? Huh. Well, it was until he broadcast that on the internet. No, I'm
Like
kidding.
he may seriously mean it's on fire. Like California, I think the whole
Oh,
state
that's
is
right.
actually
That's
on
exactly where those fires are taking place right now.
fire. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's right, man. Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. And
That's
our thoughts and
that's
prayers out
that's
there.
bad.
Because that
That's
was,
bad.
I saw that on the news. I didn't realize it was right there at Bullard's Bar, right there at the lake. And that's up there towards Cody and them's house. I haven't.
Yeah, well, Cody recently moved, I think, from California.
I didn't know that.
I think so.
You think?
Not 100% sure, but I think.
Maybe, sorta.
I'm not going to say because I don't know, but I think.
Got you. Brian Neal said St. John's River. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, not this year obviously, but last year when we were there for our first event, my first event with bass, it was a pretty magical place. But the thing about Florida, any place in Florida, if you're not there in that magical 3 or 4 day or 5 day span,
Right.
it could be like the worst place you've ever fished. But then when you're there, when it's on, it's on.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy on. Where are we at on time, Jeff? By the way,
7:53.
Okay, so we got a few minutes till the big giveaway. But you were getting ready to say something. Sorry, Brian.
I don't remember what it was, to be honest.
I haven't fished in Mexico. Brian Clary asked if we fished in Mexico, and I've never fished.
I've been to Mexico twice.
I've been, but I haven't fished there.
Well, all right, I fished in Mexico twice.
Okay, where'd you go?
I have been to El Salto and Sugar Lake.
Sugar's the one that Jimmy always used to shoot shows down on, I think.
Sugar was good.
Yeah,
It was really good. It was really good.
El Salto, not so much.
El Salto didn't impress me much.
So Sugar has the numbers and the size.
Yeah, a lot of. I mean, we didn't catch a lot of. Well, I take that back.
Like Clear Lake caliber?
Oh yeah, like a lot of 5 to 8 pounders, and like the first day we're there,
That's pretty good.
was
Not choked on my beer.
like an 11 and a 10, and I didn't catch either one of them, but my buddies that were with me caught a 10 and an 11, and it was good times.
That's what's going to happen when whoever wins this fishes with me. They're going to catch a 10 and an 11.
Did y'all tell them we were going
Okay.
to Sugar Lake, or y'all gonna?
Yeah, right.
I don't know if I'm going back to Mexico.
I'll go ahead and admit. I'll go ahead and let y'all know this. It's we're gonna have to schedule this trip obviously around Brian and I scheduling it. Will probably be somewhere relatively close to here. So don't expect that we're going somewhere where you can crush 10 pounders all day.
No.
But we will catch fish.
We
and
may
will
go
have
to
a darn
Norman
good
and try
time.
to crush 10 pounds, but it will be fun. Whatever we do will be fun.
And we'll try to work this thing in the spring. That's
Yeah.
Our schedules get pretty hectic then. I mean, unfortunately, Brian's like, why don't we do it soon? And I'm like, dude, I'm gone
Yeah,
like
Matt's
all
gone for a
fall
while.
and almost to Thanksgiving. So
We're gonna schedule it to, and we also got to factor in whoever wins their schedule. So
Correct.
it's gonna be when all of us can get together, and we're gonna make sure it's a good time. You know, the cool thing about around here, if we do it here, is we've got so many lakes close together. If we go to one lake and it's not any good, you know, we can pack up and go to another one 30 minutes down the road.
that's right.
So-
That's right.
We're gonna find some fish somewhere for whoever wins, and we're
That's
gonna
right.
have fun.
We're gonna catch them. All right. So for anybody that's just joining, anybody that's watching on another page, I'll give you one last warning. If you're on a different page and we ask this trivia question and you answer correctly and it's not on this feed that we're watching on the Let's Talk Fish Facebook page, you are not eligible to win this awesome giveaway. So we'll do that in just a couple minutes, but make sure you hop over. In the meantime, make sure you hop over to the Let's Talk Fish page. I got to give a shout-out to Angler's Choice, too. I know this is our 100th episode. They are the presenting sponsor of Let's Talk Fish, and I do want to give Angler's Choice a shout-out for all their support over the past few years. One of the clips in that video, too, was the Arnold Ledford Memorial Tournament that we put together for a good friend of Brian and I's that passed away that ran all the Thursday nighters that him and I have fished since we were 15 or 16 years old.
Yeah, probably where we got our start fishing tournaments.
And we raised that money for his wife and daughter that were there attending the event at the weigh-in. And Angler's Choice was the title sponsor of that event and presented $1,000 to the winner of that event, too. Right. So Angler's Choice has been with us a long time, and they are I can't say enough about them.
Great dealership. They're just getting in a lot of the new 2021 Rangers and Nitros. So if you're in the market, new or used boat, you got to give the guys at Angler's Choice a call. They got 3 different dealerships, one in Spindale, North Carolina, Lexington, North Carolina, Martinsville, Virginia. And even if you're coming from a long ways away, give them a call before you buy a boat anywhere. I guarantee you they'll take care of you, show you great hospitality, and try their best to put you in a bass boat.
Yeah, and I know we've had quite a few viewers actually purchase boats from Angler's Choice from watching the show. I know that Alexander's picked one up, and I believe it was in Martinsville. But
Reggie Floyd bought him a brand new one.
Reggie Floyd bought a brand new one from Martinsville. And we might have to start something next year where we do, of course, the people that have already bought one, they're going to want whatever we come up with. But I'm sure we can figure something out. We'll have to figure out some kind of contingency. If they buy and they, reference the show, then they get, maybe a little something extra,
It's a good idea, Matt.
Yeah, I'm good for something.
It's a good idea.
Every once in a while. So, all right. Ernie Wallace, our buddy down there in the eastern part of South Carolina. He
came all the way. He drove.
He came
hours to fish that.
He drove. That's right, 4.5 hours to fish that event, and definitely came the furthest of any contestant. Had several pros come down. Shane LaHue fished it. And
Shane
came down.
Who else fished? There was a bunch of them fished it.
A lot of local guys.
Yeah.
Really good local fishermen. Kelly Logan fished it.
Yeah.
I can't remember. There was a bunch of them out there. But it was a good time, and I've had a bunch of messages. I'm sure everybody has since that event wanting us to do another one sometime, and we would love to. With all the COVID stuff, obviously that's put on the back burner, but our schedules are so hard to kind of coordinate.
That's been the hardest thing now.
But we'd like to do another charity tournament, and who knows?
Especially now with us both fishing separate, different trail. Then when we did that event, we were fishing the same division at FLW, and it was a lot easier to get our schedules on the same page, and now it's a little bit tougher.
Yep. So let's see. I was seeing. My feed started skipping all of a sudden, but I was going to address. Let's take 1 or 2 more questions, and before we do, I'll go over the giveaway again after these next couple questions.
I've seen this question from Tim Harrington a couple times. What's your guess on the BBT on Norman this weekend? So they're having a big bass tournament on Lake Norman Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
What will be the biggest bass caught over the 3-day event?
Jeff?
I don't know.
Throw something out.
Probably,
biggest bass in 3 days now, and this is like 300 boats.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Gets a brand new boat, by the way. The winner gets a brand new boat. Isn't that right?
I think so.
Yeah.
maybe like a 7-3.
That's doable.
That's doable.
That's doable.
I'm going to go with a 6-4. Thrift?
I'm going with a 5-9.
5-9. So we got a 5-9, a 6-4, and a 7 what?
7-3.
7-3. There's 7-pounders in Norman.
Oh, yeah.
Spencer said 7 pounds. So
it has gotten a lot. It's gotten cool. It's cooled off a lot the last couple of days. It could be surprising what happens.
There's a couple questions about let's see, you with MLF, but you have no plans to change anything.
No. I'm fishing.
A couple
MLF.
people asked that.
Yeah.
Just to clarify that. So, that's not the trivia question, y'all. Just so you know, I just got like 9 answers in a row. What's the but I mean, I think everybody just wanting to throw in their answers. So I see a lot. I see a lot of a lot around the 6-pound range. Seen several 7-pounders, And all right, 2 more questions, guys, and we'll jump into this trivia giveaway. 2 more questions. Brian, you pick one. I'll pick one.
All right, I'll just pick this one here. I just see it come across. Scott Callan says he's kind of challenging us. He's calling us out. So he says, let's see what you guys know about the Big Water Lake Erie early fall selection of baits.
I'm putting one bait in my hand.
Go.
Crankbait.
That's what I was going to say.
Well,
I'll
you
add
got
a
to pick
couple.
something else.
I'll actually name the crankbait because my good buddy Chad Pickens has taken a lot of money at Lake Erie on a Demiki DC 300 crankbait. So I know that works. That's going to be probably my number one choice. But I'm also going to pick up a lot of other shad type baits. I mean, it's not too early for them to get on actually a spoon bite. Demiki makes a really cool spoon called the backdrop spoon. I'm going to have it and possibly even a vibration bait like a Demiki Vault. It's kind of a little blade bait deal. And probably go with those 3, something like that. Something that's going to imitate a shad or something that's going to start migrating toward the mouth of the river or something like that.
All right, I just
that's my go-to.
I made an amendment. I said 2 more questions, but let's do 2 more questions now because I see 2 that I think need to be addressed. One from Jen Nolan said, "How do you feel like the kayaking and bass competition with about the up and coming kayaking and bass competition with the kayakers?" Jen, I think it's awesome. I think Drew Gregory, actually shout out to Drew. We've had him on the show, a friend of ours, and he just won a huge kayak tournament. His first win in that specific league, and I can't remember what that league's called. But it's on Drew's. Go check Drew out on Instagram on Drew Gregory Fishing, and he's got a really cool channel, Hooked on Wild Waters on YouTube. Drew's a great guy and one of the best there is in a kayak, I can promise you. But I think it's awesome, man. I think it's just if we're growing the sport, I'm loving it. Period. Yeah. It's like the whole MLF and bass and all that stuff. And somebody asked about the NPFL earlier. Look, the more platforms there are, the more places there are for people to fish, the better it is for our sport as a whole.
Right.
Period. That's the way I feel.
And the kayak tournaments they're like getting really big. Like,
dude,
it's
Ike,
not uncommon for 200-300 entries.
I was talking to Ike this
weekend.
It's
awesome.
And he fished his first one. Actually, he fished the one Drew was in, and Drew won it. I think he won that one. He won one of the 2. And Ike had a good finish. I mean, there's like 150 guys in this one.
Right.
And he finished, I think, in the top 10, 6th or 8th or something like that. And I asked him how he liked it. He said, and he was telling me how different the mindset is.
Right.
Because you can take your boat and throw it in your truck and go way up this creek. You can access places that we can't in a bass boat.
Right.
But then the decision making completely goes out the window.
Can
because
you change like say you go way up a creek and launch your kayak? Can you put it on the truck and go to another creek if it's not
I think
working?
so. In some tournaments, I know you can.
Okay.
But the problem is time is of the essence because once you put your kayak in, a lot of times it's not like our bass boat where we can just run 2 miles that way.
Right.
It's so time consuming. So even if they find an access point, you can't.
They still may have to
Right.
paddle
They
30
still,
minutes.
They still might have to go a long way
Yeah.
to get to their fish. So it's a mind game, man. I mean, it's pretty neat. And
I could see me out there with a kayak and like a Helix 12 Humminbird with side imaging paddling across the lake. Because that's what I'd be doing.
Yeah,
I mean,
no doubt. All right, one more question, and we're going to jump into the trivia question giveaway, guys. Again, this is a 100th show. It's been
fun.
It's been a hell of a ride, and we've
I
had a good
can't wait
time.
to see what we got in store that I don't know about because I know they're working on stuff. I have no earthly idea what's going to happen. So I know they are.
Any comment, Jeff?
I have no clue.
All right.
So I'm in the dark as well as y'all.
Yeah. Tyler Calloway, this is a good question.
All right.
Who's y'all's picks to make the elites from the opens? And we'll go back and forth because I don't want you to give like 4 and then me name the same 4.
Okay, because I don't really know many people that are fishing them.
You give one. You know more than you think.
All right. Well, I know one for sure. I'm going with Brian New. Because I know him for sure.
All right.
I'm going with Scott Martin.
Thanks, Jeff. Nobody asked you. So we got Brian New Scott Martin, I'm going to throw Jason Christie in there. Jason Christie is right now in second or third in the overall, and he's also in the top 4 in one of either the Central or the Easterns. The other guys, I'm not real familiar with some of them, but there's a few. There's a guy from Alabama. He won that the Toyota Series that was taking place before we fished it on the Elites. That Brian New almost won.
Where?
The Eufaula.
Okay.
Josh Strasner is
Okay.
his name. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I don't know him personally,
He's fishing the Opens this year. He's a good friend of Canterbury's. I don't know him personally either. I've just heard a lot of good things about him, and I would he'd be another one I'd look out for as far as qualifying for the Elite. So we got Brian New, Jason Christie, Scott Martin. That's assuming Jason wants to go if he qualifies. But I don't see him fishing both divisions and not wanting to go. Josh Strasner, Brian New, Scott Martin, Jason Christie. That would be 4. Now I know they're giving 12 spots because there's a 4 for the cumulative points, 4 from the Easterns, and 4 from the Centrals that will get an invitation. I don't know how they're going to do. I know there's 1 or 2 elite guys, Lee Livesey, that might be in that top 4 right now that are already qualified to fish the elites or already are fishing the elites.
I think Swindle may have been up there too.
Yeah,
possibly
he's
in something.
But I don't think he's fishing both of them. He's just fishing the Centrals, I believe.
I do not know.
But no, you're right. He's up there. He's up there too. And I don't know if they're going to go to the next place in line. They used to do that, but I don't know if they're doing that anymore. So that's time will tell. But anyway, let's see. See, Kristen, Ernie's wife, she said, thanks for being Ernie's constant on a Tuesday, even if he's on a storm. If he's not home and turning the lights on, I know if he can watch on Tuesday, I can be there. Looking forward to your 100 more. Way to go, guys. Thanks, Kristen. Thanks a bunch. Kristen's a sweetheart. Got the pleasure of meeting her when we were down there spending some time down around Georgetown during the Winyah Bay event. And she's got to be a sweetheart. She puts up with Ernie, right? No kidding. Yeah. No, Ernie's awesome, man. But guys and gals, thanks again. Let's get everybody get prepped. Get your thinking caps on. Get your Google fingers ready because we are getting ready to have.
So did you give a final run? You said you were going to give a rundown again of exactly what it is.
Yeah, I'm going to give a rundown again on what the giveaway tonight is. If you're just tuning in, or if you're on another page, you better get over on the Let's Talk Fish Facebook page.
There you go.
Tonight's giveaway for the 100th show episode, sponsored by Pulse Fish Lures.
Good job.
And Lunkertext.
Notice every time he says that, he looks over there at the logo.
Shut up, man. They can't see that logo. God, he took my secret.
Goes.
Todd's just going to slap me next time he sees me for fun now. All right.
Teleprompter before you know it.
Yeah. Oh, they
all
don't
we
know
need.
about the teleprompter back there either. Don't tell them about
Please.
that. Yeah.
Please.
So the giveaway tonight, people have talked, fans have talked, our viewers have talked about doing another LTF challenge, and we thought what better way to celebrate our 100th show than doing an LTF challenge with the fans. So there will be one winner tonight who is allowed to bring a guest to an LTF challenge with Brian and myself. One will fish with Brian, one will fish with me, and we might split the day.
Yeah,
like
swap it
Brian
up.
suggested earlier, which I think is a great idea. Rare, but I think you actually had a good idea there.
I have a lot of good ideas.
And $300 in
It's
expense
a lot
money.
of thankless ideas.
$300 in expense money from Pulse Fish Lures goes to the winners. $500 in product from Lunkertext. Another $100 from Pulse Fish Lures in product. A rod and reel from Lou's for my contestant or my partner, and a rod and reel from Fitzgerald and Abu Garcia, thrift sponsors. And guys, it's going to be valued at over $2,000. So are we ready?
Let's do it.
Y'all ready?
All right, who is Jeff the
Do we have a
sole?
question yet?
Thanks to moi, we have a question.
Is Jeff determining the winner, or is this whoever?
Right
see-
here on this phone.
Okay.
I don't care. Whatever.
So once Matt asks this question, and y'all start sending in answers,
the first
whatever
one,
Jeff sees, the first one.
well, no, let's do it because we all could get different feeds.
I already saw one answer's Joe Biden, one answer's Trump.
So whoever sees it first. 'Cause
Okay,
Our
so
feeds could be
any of
different.
the three of us.
Yep.
All right,
We ready?
we're ready.
Whoever sees it first between us three.
Do you know the answers, Jeff?
Yes.
Do you know the
Okay, I
answers?
know the answers.
Okay. All right, guys, since the inception of LTF, we've had a lot of different pros come through this show. And what I need to know from y'all, and when I say come through the show, I'm talking about
It's gonna be tough.
as a guest for the show, I need to know the first 3 pros that we had as LTF guests. As LTF guests. The first 3 pros. I need all 3 of their names. Don't throw out nicknames. I need all 3 of their names, first and last names. Okay, so there's 3 guys.
It's gonna be hard.
That it's gonna take some time, but it's worth it for this giveaway.
Oh yeah, this is one
all
of the
a sudden
harder trivia questions we posed.
We just gained 25 more people all of a sudden right before the trivia question. Imagine that. But all right, so
the answers aren't pouring in yet. Like everybody must be researching. A lot of researching going on.
Scott Callan already said I'm out. 3 pros. If it goes, no, wait a minute. Let me clarify. Sorry, Brian Collins. Bryan Thrift and Matt Arey do not count. As guests.
This is true. We
show
are hosts, not
show
guests.
And it's a little tricky. We'll tell you why later. But we
need 3 names on 1 comment. All 3 of the first 3 guests of the show.
All right. First of all, I need all 3 answers in 1 comment, guys. I'm not going to go back and read one name. So I need 3 names in 1 answer. And
that one was close.
Woo! I need 1 answer, 3 names. Okay?
1 answer, 3 names.
Wow. Boy,
that was close. There was one close. There was close.
I almost called it.
Don't call it. Somebody's not
verify,
right.
Jeff. Verify.
100% right.
Verify.
They got to be tour level pros now, guys. I didn't clarify that, but I'm assuming that was understood. So I saw Brian New in there, as good a fisherman he is, and he will be next year most likely, but he is not a tour level pro. So I need 3 tour level pros.
And this is from the very first day 1 Let's Talk Fish episode.
Yep,
the very first
episode 1.
3 people to come on the show as a guest.
Brant Kessler, you deserve a T-shirt or something. He said George T. Stagg, Elmer T. Lee, and Pappy Van Winkle. I like the answer, but
yes.
you're a little off, a little bit off. But
close,
man, I'm seeing a lot. We just got them mixed up a little bit, guys. We got them mixed up. I've seen some right names, but I haven't seen the right combination yet.
Yeah.
But, Mike Lingerfeld was actually
close one.
a NASCAR, a good buddy of mine who was a tire changer in NASCAR, so he was not a professional angler. He's a dang good fisherman, but he was a NASCAR man. So you keep looking at me like wondering if I'm going to call. I'm not going to call it until I see it.
I'm the same way. I'm watching intently.
I've seen a lot of really close.
That's a close one too.
Guys, again, this giveaway is valued at over $2,000, and we hope to do this sometime when the fishing is on fire. Hopefully around March, April, May, somewhere around there, and it'll be a good time. You're going to get a ton of tackle, ton of free tackle from our sponsors. Yeah. Pulse Fish Lures was nice enough to throw in $300 in expense money for the winner and their guest. It's for 2 people. Do us a favor, don't bring 7 or 8. So it's for 2 people, not 8, 10, or 12. But some of these that we haven't even had on the show that we need to get them. We need to get a call in to some of these people. Jordan Lee would be a good one.
Yeah, that would be.
He has not. Unfortunately, we've never had Jordan on the show, but we should reach out to Jordan sometimes and get. Are you tired of reading yet? Brian's concentrating hard over here.
Jordan he may not have time for Let's Talk Fish as much as he wins. He's kind of like Wheeler. They're probably doing something every night.
No. Everybody's got time for Let's Talk Fish. Everybody.
I hope so.
I will start dropping. I mean, there's been some really close ones.
It's close. No hints. No hints tonight.
Gosh,
we can't do hints. Like this is
okay. No hints.
That's really close, right? Like
no hints.
You got to remember, it's got to be right by Matt.
Right by Matt.
Wait a minute. No.
Nobody double check Matt. This could be.
Who's we?
This could be bad.
All right. So I got the answers together. Jeff Walsh verified that I was correct. So if I am wrong for any reason, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. You still have to get our answer.
You still have to get our answer.
So it may not be the right answer, but it's the one we got. Correct. That's what you're saying?
Correct.
Okay.
That's right.
I'm seeing a lot of 2 out of 3s, but I hadn't seen 3 yet.
Blake Stout said Wheeler Lahee and Morgan. I like that. Lahee. I'm going to start calling Lahee Lahee. Except I'm going to go Lahee. You like that, Jeff? Is he fishing? No, he's going to be gone for the Toyota Series. He'll be with us. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Gonna say he'd be a little factor up there at Norman, as always.
Oh yeah.
He can get up there and do his thing. So
yeah, that's good. There's so many professional fishermen around Norman. Like half of them's going to be gone for the Toyota Series.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you got Hugh Lineberger,
Robbie
Dye, Hank Cherry, you.
I wouldn't be fishing it. You know me. I don't fish during deer season unless I absolutely have to.
That's true. But
Todd
there's a
Alton
lot
be
of
gone.
Todd Alton. But you still got some sticks that are going to be there.
Is New fishing it?
All right,
No, I don't think News Fish.
You got it?
I got it.
We got it.
I see it. Is it the same one I got?
I don't. How do I know?
What's his name?
Where's it at? I ain't got it.
Hang on.
Where'd it go?
Hang on.
I mean, really? You're gonna yell that out?
Oh,
That's
Lord.
not right.
Oh no, never mind.
I do.
False alarm.
It
False
flipped.
alarm.
I see a right one right
Go
now.
ahead, get it. It
Okay,
flipped.
call it out.
We have a winner. We officially have a winner.
We got a winner?
Chris Lindahl. Is that how you say that?
That's right.
Chris Lindahl. Andy Montgomery, James Watson, and Jacob Wheeler. James Watson was a tricky one because he was a call-in guest. Andy and Jacob both graced us with their presence early in on the show, and the son of guns ain't been back since.
They haven't. They haven't.
Sorry, I had to call him out a
Well,
little
you
bit.
got Wheeler deer hunting, and everybody knows Andy, all he does is deer hunt.
True, true. But Andy lives 30 minutes away. He really doesn't have an excuse not to be here.
Oh, yeah.
Every once in a
he'll
while.
Deer, no, Andy, he's going to deer hunt. That's what he does.
Well, when the time changes, it's 7 o'clock. It's dark. So
That's
he better
true.
not be deer
That
hunting.
is very true.
He better not
That
be
is
deer
very
hunting
true.
when the time changes. All right, so that is the correct answer. Chris, my man, congratulations. You're going to need to start
Congratulations.
figuring out who your best
Who you
buddy
gonna
is,
Bring to the show with you.
or who's somebody you just want to bash their brains in fishing, because you'll probably be with me. And
But then he's going to be with me the other half of the day.
oh, true. We don't have to do that. I mean,
So,
if,
see,
if,
you
if
could-
they show up and they're like, I want to be with Matt all day, then I'm not going to make him get out.
That's
of my boat.
true. We'll let y'all decide what you want to do.
Yeah.
Because you could be fishing with Matt at the first part of the day and be winning.
And then go with Brian and start losing. Is that
Start
what you were
losing.
getting at?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where we're going with that.
There'll be
So-
a lot of smack talking. I can promise you that. We will definitely 100% do that weigh in live.
Belcher's like, no, Belcher's how you say it.
All right, Chris, you are the winner of this awesome giveaway, man. Shoot us a message with your information. We'll get in touch with you, and we'll figure this thing out. It's going to be a while. Bear with us. It's probably going to be sometime in the spring when we orchestrate this trip. You will be getting the $300 in expense money from Pulse Fish Lures. You will be getting a $100 tackle pack from Pulse Fish Lures and $500 in tackle from Lunker Text. Also, a rod and reel combo from Brian's sponsors, Fitzgerald and Abu Garcia, and a rod and reel combo from my sponsors over at Lou's. And y'all can split those up however you want to. You can take the $500 in tackle and fight over it if you want to do that. But that's a lot of tackle. I think you're both going to have plenty. So,
Yes.
thanks to I about said it. Thanks to Pulse Fish Lures for sponsoring such an awesome giveaway. Thanks to Brian.
Battery on the teleprompter. Battery on the teleprompter went out.
Thanks to Brian, my
Oh,
buddy,
goodness.
my co-host. I don't ever tell
Thank
you
you,
thank you,
Matt.
but I do appreciate
Thank you. I
do
appreciate
You
it.
want to hug it out? Or
No, but
I'm
I
telling you,
we-
it's a thankless job being on the far end of the table.
We
over
probably
there. It really is.
We owe Jeff Walsh, honestly, a round of applause.
Yeah,
you know,
a round
and
of
you know
applause.
Jeff's birthday
It's all
was
fun.
recently, so happy birthday, Jeff.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
happy birthday,
Thank you.
Jeff.
Thank
I
you.
sent him that emoji. You ever seen that 104-year-old woman when she tries to blow out the candle and her
I
dentures come
don't
out?
update my phone, so I don't get the new emojis. Like half the time, my wife sends me an emoji, I just get a square with a question mark. So that's,
You do have an old phone.
Yeah.
You need to do an update there, buddy.
no, my phone ain't but like 2 years old, but I never update it.
Chris Lindahl. I hope I didn't butcher your last name, buddy. Again, congratulations, and send us a message with your information so we can get in touch with you, and we'll get you hooked up with everything, man. But guys, I think
I think it's going to be a while before our next show too, isn't it?
unfortunately, I will be
so.
leaving.
John Williams says, my wife don't think 500 buys a lot of tackle.
Well,
My wife doesn't either.
You're gonna have to start lying better. Is all I can say.
That's funny.
Get you a separate credit card there, John. All right, that pretty much wraps it up for the 100th episode.
I think so.
And
Good episode.
What else?
You
What
want
else
to end
we
the
got?
show with some more Backstreet Boys?
Give us a good rendition of some Backstreet
I'm
Boys.
good.
Close us
I'm
out with
good,
that,
man.
Why
I'm
don't you do it
good.
live for us.
I'm good. I mean, y'all got to see it. That's enough.
That is.
And
What
if,
if we
and if
end
they're
it-
not singing in the background, you really don't want to hear it. I mean, the music helps. The music helps drown me out a little bit. So,
So
that's
we're not sure when episode 101 is going to be. It's going to be a couple of weeks.
y'all are more than welcome
we-
to have one without me around.
We could.
It's gonna be.
It's going to be at least 3 weeks.
Yeah, guys. I apologize. I'm leaving Saturday. I won't be back till around October 17th or 18th. So, as soon as we can get back in the studio, I promise you we'll be bringing it. Oh, also, I know we told Pulse Fish Lures a big shout out to them for sponsoring the giveaway tonight. Don't forget, they came on board with the show. Our last episode, we did that.
Oh,
talked
yeah,
about
what
that
was-
quite a bit. That code, LTF
more
20,
days.
LTF 20 is still good for 8 more days. I know Todd went home. He did nothing but fill orders. But guys, if you go over to our Facebook page, obviously, if you're watching on our Facebook page, go to the top. Jeff has pinned that post. I think it's staying up there. That code, that LTF 20 code, is still good to purchase their products on their website. The link's there for the website, but it's 20% off anything they have on the website. So jump on that while you can. All right, Bryant said awesome deer, man.
Did you kill
I
one?
haven't killed a deer yat, Bryant.
Okay, I was
It's like
confused
salt in
too.
my wound. No, so Canterbury shot one, and I took a picture with Canterbury.
yeah.
So maybe they thought we went. Oh, by the way, quick hunt update. We went on our AOI hunt. Went up to
All
Whitetail
right, it's
Heaven
after
Outfitters.
8. I've got to go
And-
while you finish.
and it was anyway. Canterbury got one, and I think that's the way. That's the way it should have went down. He is the one.
Yeah, I might try to get a guest on. Maybe I can get Andy to come if Matt leaves, and we could do a show.
If he comes after I've asked him like 8 times over the past 2 years, and I leave and he comes back, I mean, I hope he will.
Yeah, and if we do get to do a show, I'm thinking maybe we could get Matt to call in and give us an update on where he's at and how practice is going.
Yeah,
and
I'll be
just
glad
kind of
to.
give us some up to date info on what Matt's doing out on the tournament scene.
Yeah, and Montgomery, I'm already getting some votes from Montgomery, so he doesn't know it yet, but he's going to have to co-host.
Yeah, I'll
while
talk
I'm
to him.
gone. And Jeff might have to. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'll
so-
bribe him. I know he's got a lot of cows, and I've got 2 bales of hay sitting in my field now. So I'll see if I can spice it up with that.
What? Hey, what's the dates of that Toyota tournament again? Is it the first week in October?
It is, yes, October the 1st through the 3rd are the actual tournament dates.
So, dude, I'll be honest with you. I mean, y'all come back the next week and do a show. You don't need me here. Y'all need to do an update on Jeff's first pro
Yeah.
debut.
Yeah,
so
we need to
the
do
week
that.
after that tournament, y'all should have a show where you get a guest or not.
Okay.
That'd be awesome. Everybody wants to hear about you.
Probably no show next week, but 2
You
weeks
should
from
wear a
tonight.
Hopefully
GoPro.
there is a play-by-play.
You need to wear
Yeah.
a chesty, dude.
Yeah, we're gonna have some good footage of
You're
that.
not going overboard.
No, you need to wear a chesty.
Yeah, he needs a chesty.
Oh my gosh.
I got the GoPro box. I think it's yours actually at my house in the garage with all the goodies in there. I don't know if I got the chest straps, but
We're
can
gonna
figure
get
something
some good content next week with Jeff.
out. Jeff.
Bring
Now-
the camera crew with me.
We got to make sure it's not some of my juice
on your
stuff
pros
though.
boat. Don't mind these 3 guys. They need to put their camera equipment in your rod box. So.
Sailing
We need to get somebody to follow him with a drone all day.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. So, guys, in the meantime, I've got 3 elite tournaments to chase over the next 3 weeks. Jeff and
Chris
Thrift.
Lindahl, this was his first show he's ever watched. He listens to all the podcasts. How cool is that?
That's pretty
That is awesome.
That's pretty
That is
awesome.
awesome.
Well, congrats to Chris, and we appreciate you being a loyal podcast listener because we have a lot more of those that we don't give credit to just
Right.
because we always assume that it's the live show. But yeah, we appreciate it, Chris. And I just saw his message pop up. We'll get in touch with you. We'll figure something out for the spring, hopefully early spring, and we're gonna have a dang good time.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
In the meantime, while I'm gone for the next 3 weeks, Jeff and Brian will be raping nature on Lake Norman, and
I
or
hope
at least
that is an accurate
at least-
statement.
I hope so.
it's at least Jeff will. I
I'm
don't
telling
know
you,
what
I should
Brian's gonna do.
trademark that. That's
I-
gonna become big.
Absolutely should. Absolutely get down. I already see Benjamin Ott said get down there in Bama and rape nature, Matt.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, so guys, thanks for tuning in for the 100th episode. I hope everybody had a good time because I know we did.
Yeah, we having a great time. And you got to enjoy the cool little video Jeff put together.
Yeah, that was awesome.
And now we get to start working on another one.
Absolutely awesome. Can the next one feature Thrift instead of Matt?
He doesn't really do anything dumb.
Exactly.
Oh, he's just a genius.
Will you
all
please
the time,
tell my
yeah.
wife that?
Yeah, please tell.
Tell my wife
He
that.
said, please tell Allison.
That'll be on there. There's one clip.
There's one. I got one. Yay!
Brian, you want to sign us off since I've been talking all night?
I've talked a little bit, but I will be glad to
I just
sign us
talk too
off.
much anyway.
Again, thank you guys. Remember, go to pulsefish. Is it .com? Pulsefish Lures.
It's on our Facebook page.
Okay, it's on our the Facebook page. Enter the code LTF20.
PulseFishLures.com. It's right on the sticker.
Oh, okay. It's on the sticker match cheat sheet. So the rest of the month, get your discount. Awesome baits. And make sure you check out Anglers Marine with the new 2021 boats they've got coming in. And we can't thank you enough for all the loyal fans the last 3 years. It's been awesome to be able to do this 100th show, and we look forward to doing more. Every week we try to come up with new topics and new ideas, and we appreciate all your feedback. If there's a certain topic you want us to touch on, please, please, please give us a comment on our Facebook page. Let us know what you want to talk about because, this is Let's Talk Fish. And if we can't go fishing, we're going to do what, Matt?
Sit right here and talk fishing.
See you guys.
Thank you for listening to Let's Talk Fish. Visit our private Facebook group to continue the conversation, post your questions, and talk with other fellow anglers at facebook.com/groups/Let's Talk Fish. Follow us on Instagram at Let's Talk Fish Official and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more exclusive content. Join us again next episode for more actionable tips, tactics, and techniques directly from the pros. And remember, when we can't go fishing, we're going to sit right here and talk fish.